In today's video, we'll talk about the relationship between intelligence and wealth. People usually think that those who are smarter have more money, but a study conducted by scientists in Sweden revealed that on average, people with higher incomes have lower intelligence than those with lower incomes. In other words, the dumber you are, the more money you make. This study was called The Stagnation of Cognitive Ability Among Those Who Earn the Most, and was based on data from 59,000 Swedish men. They took a mandatory military aptitude test, which the army uses to assess soldiers' intelligence, and then compared it with the money they earned throughout their careers to find the relationship between intelligence and income. What they discovered is that smarter people earned less money, but only in some cases. The ratio between higher intelligence and more money applies only to those earning up to 670,000 Swedish crowns, or $64,000 per year. For those who earn more money, that is, the richest, the ratio of less intelligent people is higher than that of more intelligent people. When analyzing the top 1% of the richest, there were more unintelligent people than intelligent ones in that group. So instead of going to college, you should dedicate your entire life to watching TikTok videos. Well, not exactly. That's why we'll now look at the reasons why this study showed that within the top 1% of the richest, there were more unintelligent people. And we'll also explore reasons why you should probably ignore the results of this study and keep studying if you want to get ahead financially. The number one reason why less intelligent people do better than intelligent ones is that intelligent people often have jobs that provide a lot of prestige, but don't have high salaries. For example, a university professor is likely to be someone intelligent who has studied a lot, while a business owner could be someone with average intelligence who doesn't have a university degree. But if we compare their incomes, the business owner earns more money. The average salary for a university professor of business administration is $90,167 per year, while the average annual income for a business owner in the United States is $101,372. Academics or scientists are some of the most intelligent people in the world, but they don't receive a good salary. Furthermore, other professions such as doctors or lawyers also require a lot of intelligence to pass university exams, and yet the majority of these professionals don't make it to the top 1% in the United States. To be in the top 1% of earners, a person must earn at least $500,000, while the average salary for a lawyer is about $95,000. Obviously, some high-ranking executives, certain doctors or lawyers can earn enough money to be in the top 1%, but they are a minority. Most professionals never make it to the 1%. However, there are people who, without studying at university, earn as much money as to be in the top 1%, and they are business owners. Only 26% of business owners graduated from college, and 18% completed a postgraduate degree. Even many of the richest people in the world, like Bill Gates, Mike Zuckerberg, or Steve Jobs, dropped out of college. This is because it may not be necessary to be super intelligent to become a business owner. Compared to the intelligence needed to be a scientist, business owners earning more than $500,000 a year still have to be intelligent, but they don't need to be as intelligent as the few scientists earning over $500,000. Moreover, very intelligent people in high-paying positions in companies are less likely to start their own business because they will reach a level of income with which they will be satisfied, and they won't want to take the risky step of giving up their well-being to start a business that may not even succeed. For example, if you're a manager in a company earning $300,000 annually, you may not be within the top 1% richest, but you will have a great life. And if you risk that great life to start your own business with the goal of reaching $500,000 in income, you might lose everything if it doesn't go well. In fact, a survey by Lendon Tree, a company that conducts surveys on society-related topics, showed that 33% of people who could start their own business don't do it out of fear that it won't work, and 27% don't do it because they don't have enough time since they have another job in a company. On the other hand, less intelligent people wouldn't have as many opportunities to earn very high incomes by making a career in a company, because the best positions would be reserved for the most intelligent people. Therefore, the only option they have is to start their own business. On average, they are more willing to take risks because they won't give up a professional career they worked hard for. If they quit that career and fail in their own business, they would have to start over from scratch. Now that means that if you want to be rich, you should be less intelligent and take risks that most people wouldn't take. The fact that most rich people are less intelligent doesn't mean that by being less intelligent, you'll be rich. As the great writer Mark Twain said, there are three kinds of lies: lies, damned lies, and statistics. For example, if there are 10 people, one of whom has 10 houses and the others have none, we could say that on average these people have one house each. This makes it seem like everyone is fine and that no one needs a house, when in reality, almost everyone needs a house. Now let's look at some issues with this study related to how the results are calculated, which explain why less intelligent people earn more than intelligent people, and why the result of this study doesn't mean you should drop out of your studies and go to the bar to drink beer every day. The first thing many people do if they want to be rich is to see how other rich people are and try to imitate them as much as possible. If someone read this study, they might think that going to university makes no sense. However, not going to university might not be a good idea, as statistics related to the rich, like the ones in this study we talked about in the video, often have some problems. Suppose they take a test in a class of 10 students. If 3 students get perfect scores and the others get different scores, a person could use these results and say that a perfect score is the easiest result to obtain because it is the result that most students achieved. If we look at the statistics behind the study on wealth in relation to intelligence, we can make the same analysis. The majority of people within the top 1% of the wealthiest were not as intelligent, but having more less intelligent people in the group of the wealthiest doesn't mean that being less intelligent makes it easier to become rich. But that's not the only problem. Suppose 2 out of the 3 students with perfect scores obtained those scores by being the most intelligent, and the 3rd student got it by cheating on the exam. Statistically, all 3 students are equally intelligent, even though there are 2 who are more intelligent despite having obtained the same score. The same happens with rich people. Even though the majority may have earned their money honestly, there is a group that somehow could have cheated, for example, someone who won the lottery or inherited wealth from their family. If these people who somehow managed to become rich are among the less intelligent, they would also be distorting the results of the study. Many of these people earn high incomes due to their luck, such as winning the lottery, and not thanks to intelligence or hard work. Others earn it because they were born into a rich family and have connections that can get them a well-paid job. Unfair as it may be for someone without these advantages, hiring the child of a millionaire might be worth it. If, thanks to the contacts and connections that person has, you can do more business. Some of these privileged individuals will be intelligent, while others may not be as intelligent, but they won't need to be as intelligent as a prominent doctor to earn their money. So these people end up affecting the result of the study because they are portrayed as less intelligent but rich. Another drawback of this statistic is that it only shows you the number of average intelligence people who manage to become rich with their own business. But it doesn't tell you how many other people who started their own business failed. In other words, even if the majority of people who start their own business manage to earn money honestly, there is a group that could have cheated or used unethical methods. For example, someone who inherited a business from their family and, even though they are less intelligent, managed to keep the business running. This person would still be counted among the less intelligent who became rich with their own business, but their case doesn't represent the majority. There is also the factor of education, which plays a crucial role in determining why businesses fail. If we look at the main reasons why businesses fail, we will see that many of them have to do with the owner's lack of training. 42% of businesses fail because their owners ignore market needs, something that could be avoided if they study marketing. The same goes for other categories, such as being unaware of pricing and costs, ignoring followers, or conducting inadequate marketing. In conclusion, the idea that less intelligent people are more likely to become rich is not entirely accurate. The study mentioned in the video has its flaws and doesn't provide a comprehensive view of the relationship between intelligence and wealth. Therefore, it's important to consider various factors, including the type of business, education, and ethical practices, when examining why some people succeed financially while others do not. However, in the case of those who do succeed, a business doesn't need to be very large before it can generate enough profits for its owner to be in the top 1% of the highest earners. Many medium-sized businesses generate millions in profits for their owners. Additionally, a highly intelligent person who is trained in business management will have a higher chance of success compared to a less intelligent person. However, as we saw earlier, many of these intelligent individuals choose a career in a company rather than opening their own businesses. Here lies another problem with the statistics. As there are fewer highly intelligent people than people of average intelligence, there will be more successful businesses run by average individuals than by intelligent ones. There will also be many more business failures initiated by average intelligence individuals, but only the surviving businesses end up in the top 1% of the wealthiest individuals. All these issues with the statistics behind the study make you think that the best way to get rich is to own a business and have average intelligence. But that's not the case. On the other hand, there are also issues related to the type of people who participated in the study, which may not represent the majority of people. Firstly, the study was conducted only on men, and the absence of women can make a difference in the final result because men generally have different salaries than women. There are many jobs where there are more men than women, for example, in scientific work. Even though more women are participating in scientific research than in the 90s, there are still many more male scientists. Considering these differences, the results could change significantly if the female population were included. In fact, if you are a woman, this study wouldn't represent you at all. Additionally, measuring intelligence is very difficult and can be done in different ways. For this study, a military entrance exam was used, as mentioned before. However, if we think about the qualities a soldier must have, it's more likely that the exam focuses on the type of intelligence that would make people good at following orders, like comprehension, rather than measuring creative intelligence, which would make a difference in a business or entrepreneurial setting. Another characteristic of the study that makes it not representative of the world's population is that instead of including people from various countries, the study was conducted in Sweden with its inhabitants. Each country has its own culture, and the characteristics of an average Swede are different from an average Spanish or American citizen. For starters, the average Swede has much more knowledge about finance than someone from any other country. This map shows the percentage of the population with financial knowledge in Sweden and Norway. More than 70% of the population in these countries has financial knowledge, while in the United States, this percentage is between 50 and 60%, and in Spain, it's between 40 and 50%. Financial knowledge is crucial to having your own business, and this makes a person of average intelligence in Sweden more likely to succeed than a person of equal intelligence in the United States, just because they have that extra knowledge of finance. Furthermore, people in Sweden tend to be more concerned about their education, making them more academically formed individuals. This graph shows the percentage of people with a university degree who continued their education after graduation. In blue is the percentage of people who continue their education officially, such as pursuing a postgraduate degree at a university, and in yellow, people who continue their education unofficially, such as using YouTube videos or taking online courses. Sweden is the country where more people continue their education unofficially, with 36%, and the second country where more people continue their education officially, with 28%. As you can see, more than half, either officially or unofficially, continue their education. Sweden is also one of the countries with the highest number of entrepreneurs in the world, ranking 7th in the number of businesses per person, with one business for every 8.1 inhabitants. Therefore, regardless of whether people are more or less intelligent, taking into account that the richest people are those with their own business, and that Sweden is one of the countries with a higher level of education and more new businesses created, it is more likely that a person starting their own business in Sweden will be within the top 1% of the richest. By now, you might be thinking that telling you about this research has been a waste of time and that it doesn't reveal the secret to becoming a member of the top 1% richest. But that's not the case. This study teaches us some things that can help us plan our future to have a better quality of life. One of the most important lessons is to recognize the things we can control and those we cannot. If you want to be rich, there are things that will depend on you and things that won't. Starting with what you can't control, you can't choose to be born into a wealthy family that can get you an executive job in a company by pulling some strings. If you didn't have that luck, you'll have to work hard and dedicate a significant part of your day to building relationships and making contacts with people who can get you those jobs. When it comes to starting your own business, there are things you can control and things you can't. You can dedicate time to study and learn tools to manage your business better, but you can't force customers to buy your products. While being well-trained increases your chances of success, you'll always partially depend on luck. The most crucial realization is that you can't control how intelligent you are. You can definitely educate yourself, practice certain skills, or learn new things, but some people can absorb and apply knowledge better than others. It's not enough to simply do what intelligent people do, because even if you try to copy them, the result won't be the same. One way to measure intelligence is through the IQ, intelligence quotient, calculated from a test that determines how intelligent you are. The average IQ for a normal person is 100 points, representing 70% of the population. However, looking at highly intelligent people with an IQ of 164 or more, only 1 in every 30,000 people reaches that level. It's important to assess your strengths and weaknesses and choose the career that suits you best. Following the most chosen university career by the rich won't make you rich. You must be able to choose what is best for you. Another important conclusion from the study is that even with average intelligence, you can become one of the wealthiest people. The first step is to figure out what you're good at and what you're not, even if it means admitting that you might not be as intelligent as you think. Being honest with yourself about your abilities will take you much further than believing you're good at things you're not. Those who try to show skills they don't have usually end up failing. It's crucial to recognize that not everyone can be rich. After all, they are only 1%. But that doesn't mean you can't aspire to have a good life. For example, becoming a doctor will almost guarantee a high middle or upper class income for the rest of your working life. However, you must be sure you're fit to become a doctor, because starting a medical career and then abandoning it will leave you with hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans, making you even poorer. Perhaps the key to success is precisely to try to be the best at something, even if that profession is not typically associated with wealth. For instance, an electrician who does an excellent job and has a good reputation among builders and companies will earn more money than a lawyer who is not good at his job. This doesn't mean you should drop out of college. It just means you should be honest with yourself about which field you could excel in and pursue that, instead of trying to follow careers that only have a reputation for making a lot of money. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment. Also, please consider liking and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Thanks.